Hello?
Salutations.
Are you needing another book?
No.
Oh.
Just pondering why they're still here.
I suppose if anyone loses theirs.
I suppose.
Seems there's someone after my tag lock.
That's not good. That's not good.
No, my room was broken into and my sigil destroyed.
Well, shouldn't you let Professor Castiel know instead?
I did. Though he seems to be dismissing my suspicions of someone who can fly.
Hmm. But honestly, above table, I think I might need a ginger ale or something, because this is just abysmal. Ow. Well, the fact is I would have to go out to the store to get one.
Are the only 3 demons here?
Possibly. Everything okay, Dante?
I think the shadow has taken him.
Wonderful.
Hopefully he'll come back.
Are we allowed to go inside?
I don't think so. I mean, Professor Cassiel said to wait outside the classroom. I'm assuming he's trying to do something in there.
That's okay. I just wanted to see where I was supposed to be seated.
It's okay, even I don't know where I'm sitting.
Ah, are you awake?
Dante?
Not particularly, no.
Well, look lively. We've got a wonderful class to attend.
Right.
Yeah, this one is fantastic.
I could hear the enthusiasm in your voice, unless that is sarcasm.
Why not both?
Ooh.
Are we the only 3 demons?
No, Leonidas is up that way, actually.
Leonidas is. Oh yeah, I see them. You're talking with some fellow folks. I'm surprised Cassian is not here.
Probably busy doing something, honestly.
Maybe. Oh, I see Canderous in the distance.
Leonidas.
I think we can hit it now. Now everyone's going in.
Hello, Leonidas.
How are
Everyone
you?
is good to go in.
Oh.
Please find.
As well. Gilbert.
Someone replaced Mateus's name with Gilbert. Who is Gilbert?
Who would do that?
Well, there was a sign on the notice board, just like red letters, Gilbert. Oh.
Interesting. Okay.
Hi.
Huh?
We still have 1 minute. There's no need to be so quiet.
I agree.
Okay, good evening, class. Welcome back to Mob Studies. Who was not here the first time? Please raise your hand. Okay, if you were not here the first time, as you can see, there are these books here. I would ask you to go find your dedicated book and grab it off the lectern. Remember, there are 2 sides to it, so if you're not on one side, you are on the other. if you have not yet gone through the rules of mob studies, I would hope you have, but just in case, you might want to go through them. I expect notes to be meticulous. In fact, I have 3 people I am awarding points to for particular things when it comes to the notes. I'm looking, and I think 2 of them are here, 1 is not. So I will go ahead and give those points out. Canderous, for interpretation on your notes, you will have earned your court 3 points. Next would be Willow for dedication. I don't believe she is here. Is Willow here? I don't see
She's
Willow.
not.
Okay. She has earned 3 points as well for dedication. And for thoroughness and depth, Ridley has earned 5 points.
Thank you.
Now, I would like a volunteer of someone who was here last time to come up on the stand and sort of read their notes so that we may have a bit of a recap of the last class. Paxton?
Sure thing. Let me see. What I wrote down was that creepers, they have a chemical in them, and they heat up because of this. That's how the gunpowder lights, and that's when they explode. Maybe the chemical X arrow will turn a zombie, skeleton, or creeper into their mutant variant. Last class, somebody brought up a arrow tipped with a chemical X. Skeletons have different variants. One of them is a stray. It spawns in colder biomes and always slows you with its tipped arrows. Raids tend to include pillagers, vindicators, evokers, witches, and ravagers. I wrote down what evokers and ravagers were because only I did really not know anything about them. An evoker uses magic. One of them is a beeline from the evoker to you, with claws coming down from the ground up, and another one is summoning a Vexx. Vexes are small flying little creatures with swords who can phase through blocks, and they hit surprisingly hard. Ravagers are scary big. I literally wrote scary big and will ram you with their heads. Sometimes pillagers also tend to ride on them, and shields will definitely help, but do not last forever. A second point in the class was where we went out and we had to observe a mob. I chose the skeleton. I noticed that it was hiding when it was turning to day under blocks. It was looking around, waiting to spot a target instead of walking around a lot. It sees far, but not as far as zombies. Shields tend to be one of the best things to use against a skeleton. Try evading the arrows and then hit them once. Wait to evade another arrow before hitting them again. Try and shoot some mobs before entering a big group. Use creepers to your advantage to blow up other mobs. So if they're in big groups, try and wait just when they blow up and then hit them, so the other mobs tend to get damaged or maybe die. I also wrote down that using skeletons to shoot other mobs is also a good idea. And to watch out for spiders because they probably have a height advantage that we talked about in Knighthood. The ghosts that we see flying around, we would best to shoot them, because hitting them with a sword or any other melee weapon is quite difficult. With zombies, it is a good idea, as a sea monster, to lead them into the ocean, as they will turn into drowned. Skeletons will also sink, however, they will not turn into anything else. Their arrows will go a much shorter distance than on ground. Zombies are really determined to reach their target. They will stop at mostly nothing to get to you. Creepers, especially the skeletal variant, are faster and a lot more silent than other mobs. And what I wrote down as a preferred way to deal with a spider jockey would be with a shield. And if you don't have a shield, I personally would like to deal with the skeleton first, as I would not like to be shot. And lastly, using a dual-handed weapon makes using a shield for this rather difficult. That's all that I wrote down.
Well done, thank you. You may go back to your seat. Those who are all here in the first class, you may go back and grab your notes. Those who had notes longer than 20 pages, please come see me. I will grant you a new book. Longer than 20 pages, please come see me. Hello.
Experiencing
Here you go.
issues, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Thank you.
I hope that pausing your brain. That's what I've heard has helped.
Oh, okay.
For a moment.
Thank you.
Okay. Everyone has a book? Very good. Any questions from the last class, whether you were here or you were not here?
I've got a question.
Yes.
Are we planning to share the experiences with mobs that you asked us to write down in our notes from last week?
I've decided not to do that this week. That could be the next mob studies class, which I don't know if that'll be next week or the week after, but probably not this week.
Understood.
Thank you. That's a good question. Though I would like to ask if anyone has had any new experiences since the last class, any new monsters that they've seen, anything in specific. Yes, Daphne.
Well, we fought it was the Void Blossom, I believe was the name.
Yes, I do have that marked down to talk about later in the class, if you'd like to save your notes for then.
All
I
right.
appreciate you bringing that up. Anyone else? Aquamarine.
When we were walking around in our village for kingdom building class, we encountered something that looked not like a mob. It was mostly black with long, lanky arms, and it had no eyes and an open, like, mouth, like, with its teeth, like, gnashing at us.
Interesting. I'm not sure I've ever
Mhm.
encountered that.
It was very annoying to kill.
I will ask you more about that after class. Who was all there?
It was me, it was Paxton, most of the sea monsters, I think.
Okay. Leviathan? I can't hear you.
Apologies. Similarly, at the village, we did not engage with this creature, because it left us alone if we did not look at it, but I believe it was a mutant Enderman. We just simply tried to observe it carefully, without directly looking into its eyes.
That makes more sense. Mutant Enderman. That makes more sense.
And later on, me and Duchess Aqua took down a mutant skeleton that was giving us quite the hassle.
Well done. Anyone else? Paxton.
I think. Did you assume that the mutant Enderman was the same monster that Aqua was talking about?
It was not.
Yes. It was
It
not.
is no, it was not.
No.
Because I've
Oh.
never seen a mutant Enderman.
Okay. Well then, okay. Interesting.
I did want to talk about the creatures in crypts.
Yes, go ahead.
The there seem to be like purple, I assume men with masks and knives running around, and then I think 2 variants of corrupted pillagers.
Very good, very good. Crypts can be very dangerous. They should not be taken lightly.
Mhm.
Anyone else have any experiences within the last week or so? Any new monsters, or maybe they didn't come forward about it last week? For any experiences they've had with any new monster they've seen. Leonidas?
I did fight a mutant creeper,
Mm-hmm.
and well, it left behind an egg, which I now have a baby creeper from.
Indeed. I might in a bit ask you to go fetch him. I'd like to show the class Hephaestus,
All right.
but I'll save it for a little later. Anyone else? Twali, did you raise your hand or were you opening your book?
I did.
Oh, go ahead.
I think I encountered the same creature as Duchess Aquamarine. Like, it approached me and gave me blindness, and I couldn't see anymore.
Interesting. Okay, I will have to look into that. Anyone else? Nope. Okay. So let's see, going through my book here. Something I'd like to talk about since it came up yesterday, and it's come up before as well, is the warden. Who here knows what a warden is? Please raise your hand if you do. Okay. Can I have a volunteer come up and explain to me what a warden is? Please raise your hand. Anyone at all? Marjorie. Come on up to the stand.
Okay. A warden is a creature that usually resides in the ancient city. It can be found in other places, but it's usually found in this green, goopy area that's covered in a substance called skulk. The warden is usually hiding, and there are it's like a portal with teeth is the best way I can describe it. That it usually comes out of if it hears anything approach. So footsteps, flapping of wings. Although I will have to admit, I have never seen one. I just know of them.
Okay.
But I do know that you have 3 chances before the portal completely summons the warden. And then I believe it makes you blind. Even when the warning goes off, it makes you blind for a moment. But that's the extent of my knowledge on wardens.
That is very good. Thank you. You may go take your seat. To add on to her explanation of the wardens, as she said, there are 3 strikes you get. If I am not mistaken, it is the 4th strike, technically, that will summon the warden. I will say, while it can come up near the quote-unquote portal block that's known as a skulk shrieker, it just breaking that block will not mean it will not spawn. How it works is there are skulk sensors around, which are about a half slab in height. They take up a full block. They have little tendrils that come out of the top of them. They sense sound, even for fell folk who can walk around pretty much silently. If you were to walk on top of the sensor, is what it's called, it will still trigger. The same goes for the shrieker. So fell folk, that does not mean you are exempt from wardens. They can still spawn if you're not careful. Now, wardens are incredibly dangerous. They are bulking creatures with their open rib cage showing their heart inside. When it comes to beating a warden, you have to trick it in a sense. They do not have eyes. They only have ears and a very good sense of smell. Even if you were to just sort of be near it while not making sound, it will sniff you out and kill you. They are incredibly strong. They have a lot of health, and they have 2 different attacks. Well, I guess 3. The first attack is if they're right next to you, they will just hit you with a solid punch. It will do a ridiculous amount of damage if you are not wearing good armor. Even in diamond armor, it will kill you in 2 hits. It is not to be meddled with. The second attack is a sort of rush attack that it does. If it's further away but it does know where you are via smell or sound, it will rush at you and hit you. And the third attack is a long range. If it knows where you are and is chasing you, it will do what's called a sonic boom that comes out of its chest cavity, and it doesn't do quite as much damage, but it still does a lot of damage. Now, I will say Skulk and the quote unquote deep dark can be anywhere. Typically, it's very far underground, under high mountains, but it can be anywhere. Ancient cities typically are under mountains or meadows, but they can be in a variety of different places. Leviathan, were you raising your hand?
No, sir. I was
Oh, okay.
taking notes. Apologies.
You're good. You're good. It's hard to tell sometimes. Any questions on the warden? Okay. Now, I will say, if a warden is spawned, the easiest way to deal with it is snowballs or eggs. What you can do is you can throw a snowball far away from you. As long as the warden hears it, it will be attracted to the snowball and try to figure out if there's anything going on in that area that it needs to kill. When you throw the snowball and it gets the warden's attention, that is your time to get out of there as far as you can. Get away from the warden. Please, I cannot emphasize this enough. Do not try and kill a warden. For one, it's not worth it. They don't drop a lot of good things. 2, it's ridiculously strong and it will kill you. It is faster than you, it is stronger than you, and it will catch up to you. Even if you try flying away, it can still hit you with the sonic boom attack. So please, if you encounter a warden, get away. If you do not have snowballs or eggs, then you just need to crouch, or if you're a fell folk, you can walk. Crouching, just crouch away slowly. Try not to let it catch up to you. Try to dig into a 1-block hole if you can get far enough, or find a tunnel to leave through. There are plenty of different ways to do it. Another way to stop Skulk from hearing you, or to stop the warden from hearing you, is walking or running on wool. Wool is sound dampening, so if you can get onto some wool, or if you have wool in your inventory, run on that. It will not hear you. Any questions about that? Very good. Another quote-unquote boss I'd like to talk about today is the Void Blossom. I've only ever encountered one of these, and we were able to kill it pretty fast, but it was a fairly decent-sized group of us. Daphne, you had notes on the Void Blossom, I believe?
I did not have notes, but I can describe it.
If you'd like to come up to the stand, that would be beautiful.
All right. So, where I have found the Void Blossom was near a skulk area, which it was quite dangerous. It is surrounded by overgrown, so the moss, the azalea, and those types of plants. It is a big flower of sorts. I don't believe I remember some of the attacks it had, as I was a bit further away. So you may want to ask Lady Luciala about that.
I do remember some of them, but I will for sure ask her. She's fought more than one.
Mm.
Was there
Well,
anything
that
else you
is.
remembered on it?
Oh, goodness. Oh, yes, there were, I think, cages. It would regenerate its health. There were flowers that we beat it very quickly, so I don't believe it did all that much, but there were cages with flowers and it was healing itself with those.
Thank you. Feel free to take a seat. Very good. Now, with the regeneration, we were able to get through it pretty fast because there were a lot of us just wailing on it. It was myself, it was Paxton, it was Asalia, it was Daphne, it was even Professor Carabin, or Carabin even. I think there was one more. There was one more. Tavali, you were there, right? Yeah, we were all there wailing on it. We were dealing a lot of damage and getting its health down fast, and its regeneration could not keep up. However, something I noticed, if you are fighting one alone, its regeneration will keep up. You have to destroy the little plants that go into like they're in the cages near the Void Blossom in order to actually kill it fully. I noticed it has at least 2 attacks. One is more long range, one is short range. It will summon these thorny spikes out of the ground right next to it if you're right next to it hitting it, and those will do a decent amount of damage. And it will have a longer, I think it like throws some of the thorns at you from afar if it sees you. Luciella, do you have any other notes or comments? Okay. Any questions on the Void Blossom? Okay. Leonidas, would you go fetch Hephaestus? Thank you. While Leonidas is gone doing that, another thing I'd like to talk about and sort of reiterate are mutant creepers. They are ridiculously strong. If if you are near one and you're doing melee type attacks and it dies, it will sort of suck you in for an explosion that will kill you. I went down to a mutant creeper recently. Thankfully, there were other people there, but I went down in one shot. I had full health and diamond armor. I was chilling, but I still went down in one shot. So please, please, I cannot reiterate this enough. Don't be a trophy hunter. Mutant creepers exist, they spawn. If they are in your path, find another path. Same for other mutant mobs. You should not have to go around killing them. If you find yourself in a situation where there is no like recourse, if it's a mutant creeper, please use ranged attacks if you can. This way you aren't near it when it explodes. Any questions? None. Okay. When it comes to the mutant skeleton, I have killed one myself recently. Leonidas was there. If its attention is on one person and they can sort of hide around, not really get hit, it's very easy to run in with melee attacks. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but again, because it is a mutant variant, I don't recommend fighting one, especially not on your own. If it's a buddy system, maybe, but if you can go around it, please go around it. As for the mutant zombie and mutant enderman, I haven't really encountered them myself all that often. I've seen like 2 mutant zombies total, really not a lot. And I've actually never seen a mutant enderman in my life. I'm hoping to at some point. I'd like to study it. Any questions on any of the mutant mobs? Leviathan?
Regarding the mutant zombie, us group of sea monsters fought one a while back because it was in our path, and it was quite disruptive, but it was easy to take down together. We had to, however, it kept coming back until we burned it.
Yes. The mutant zombie will keep returning. It will keep regenerating until you are able to burn it. It is very susceptible to fire, and it will die once you burn it. Paxton.
I think it also goes down after 3 times.
Okay.
Because I once defeated one in the water, and I would love to, but you cannot really burn a mutant zombie in there.
Not quite, huh? Any questions? Okay. Again, I'm just going to reiterate one more time, especially with mutant creepers, if you can avoid it, avoid it. Don't be a trophy hunter. There is no reason to put your life on the line for you to look cool. Understood? I'll take that as a resounding understood. Thank you, Dante. Now, while, yes, there is really no point in going after these monsters, they still do drop things. The mutant skeleton drops their head, which I don't have on me, but I have in my backpack up in my office. The mutant creeper can drop a shard from the egg, which the shard, or it can just there's just a little baby creeper that comes from the egg, as you can see. Can you bring Hephaestus up to the stand, please? Would you introduce him to the class?
Oh,
He's so cute.
well,
He
you've
is
already
very
heard his
cute.
name is Hephaestus.
It's quite adorable.
He is just a little guy. Actually, now's a great time to say, if you see like a pale white frog hopping around, would you return it to knighthood? He escaped.
Poor Jimmy.
Right.
Would you explain some stuff you've learned about Hephaestus?
Well, they start off rather weak and fragile, but if you give him gunpowder, that seems to be what heals him and also gives him more health. He also acts like a tamed animal, following and teleporting to me if I go too far. Can also sit him down.
I love him. Anyway, you can take him back to your seat.
I also did fight a mutant Enderman at one point, and at the end they fling you around a lot when they die.
Please note that down. If you ever see a mutant Enderman, you decide to fight it for whatever reason, it will fling you around. They are not nice individuals. I'm assuming everyone here has encountered an Enderman. Just a regular, basic, tall, skinny Enderman. Has anyone here not encountered one? Cool. It's a very basic monster. Who all knows what ender pearls can be used for? Aquamarine.
Ender pearls can be used. One, if you throw one for teleportation, it can teleport you to the spot where it lands. And then also ender pearls can be used to craft eyes of ender, pretty sure. And then I believe you combine it with some blaze powder. I only know this because we find a lot of these dungeons underwater. And you can put them in the little circle and go to another dimension with it. So yeah.
Okay. Yes, you can go to the end with Eye of Enders. You need them to open the portal and they will lead you to the portal. As I've said before, please do not enter the nether or the end. We will go as a group some point. We will find the place where the end portal is. We will go in there as a group. We will fight the monster that is within there. It is a dragon. I hope you all are slowly getting prepared for that. And as I said last week, I do want to go to the nether with the Mob Studies group. I will probably be taking a trek in there, maybe today, maybe not. I was requested to grab some materials from there. But I will be going in there alone, or maybe with another professor. If you are ever going into the nether after it is opened by me, you will be required to have at least 2 different people with you. If I find you in the Nether alone or with only one other person with you, you and that other person will be getting detention. The Nether is extremely dangerous, and it can kill you. It is slightly less dangerous to demons because we can, float in lava and not really get hurt by lava, but it is still incredibly dangerous with monsters that will most likely kill you. Any questions? Okay. As I said, we will be going to the Nether as a group within the next few weeks. So please get what materials you can to be prepared for that. Some empty backpacks, some resources. Sea monsters, you should have water-breathing potions with you. Plenty, please. Great armor. I'm talking diamond armor protection 4 if you can get it. Good weapons, bows, arrows, things like that. Any questions? Aquamarine.
So question about the water breathing potions. How are we supposed to obtain the water breathing potions if we do not have blaze powder in order to create them?
If you are beginning to lack in blaze powder or you just have none at all, come see me after the class. I will see what I can do to get some for you.
Thank you.
Of course. Anyone else? Any questions about the preparation for the Nether? Okay. As for preparations for the end, again, it is a very dangerous place. The same rules will apply. If you are to go in there after it is opened, you will be required to have 2 other people with you at least. Same rules apply again. If you are found in there alone or with only one other person, it will be detention for both of you. The end has pretty scary mobs as well, though mainly just the Enderman. Though there are structures in both Nether and the End that we will get to probably in the next class. However, I'd like to go back outside back when it turns nighttime. I don't think it's quite nighttime right now. Looks daytime. But I want to go do more mob observing. Maybe see some different mobs this time, hopefully. Hopefully we can see a stray, maybe a mutant skeleton out there. Hopefully we don't go down this time, if you know what I mean. And I would like to get the chance for you guys to earn points in more ways than just note taking. So if anyone has any specific, very detailed story about, let's see, what's a good mob? Let's get a detailed rundown of an evoker. Please raise your hand if you'd like to volunteer to earn 5 house points. If you make up the story and I find out, which will be easy because, half of you probably haven't seen an evoker, then I will take away 5 points. Any volunteers? Tavali? Come up to the stand.
Evokers appear in raids. They are very quick on their feet and usually try to run from you when you approach. They summon the strays to protect them and aid them, which will disappear after a while, but they resummon them the longer the fight goes on and they continue to be with you. They have the magic attacks, the snapping teeth from the ground. Once you kill an evoker, it drops a totem, which you can pick up. Usually in raids, they appear around 2 to 3. They stay around the groups of the Vindicators and Pillagers, but may just run quite quickly around the village into multiple groups. And that's pretty much it that I have.
Okay, thank you. Now, does anyone have I know last time a few people came to me after the class, and they gave me certain items. This is not going to be for house points, but if you have any items that you would like to bring attention to or give to me personally, now is the time to do it. Please raise your hand. If you have any specific things that you want the whole class to take notes on, maybe it's a drop from a boss, maybe it's something you found, something like that. Leviathan, did you raise your hand?
Yes, I did find something when I was heading over to our village for the kingdom building. May I come give it to you?
Yes.
It is not something a mob dropped, however, I believe it could be used to help dealing with the mob, and I don't wish to hold on to it, personally, for safety reasons. Here you are.
Ah. It is very simply a fire charge. This is a pretty standard thing to find. All they really do is set fire to something. It's a one-time use. You'll see gas in the nether, the big square floating guys. They shoot really big ones of these and cause a pretty big explosion. But for just a regular fire charge like this, it can light a nether portal, or it can put the ground on fire for just like one little area. But it's really not going to do a lot of damage. But you could potentially destroy a mutant zombie with this. Like it sets fire to it, so could be a handy item. Any questions about the fire charge? Okay. Does anyone else have any items they'd like to bring forth? Anything in particular that they found? Okay. Let's see. It's still daytime, huh? That's depressing. Let's see. I'm running out of topics here that I wrote down. Well, for the Paxton, yes.
I remember we were talking about what mutant creatures drop, and I happen to know that what the mutant skeleton drops is simply bones of his own body, and you can make a armor set out of it.
Well, there you go. You can make a sort of bone armor. Does a bone armor have any special properties?
From what I know, the leggings and boots do. I do not know about the chestplate, and the helmet is simply its head.
I see.
I think the boots give you a speed boost, and the leggings give you a jump boost, or it's the other way around.
Okay. But it provides a buff.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thank you, Paxton. Daphne?
I am. I believe Leonidas forgot to mention this about Hephaestus, but Hephaestus does not seem to be scared of us fell folk like most creepers are, which I found very interesting.
That is true. I believe we were sort of theorizing that it is a gained trait of creepers. For whatever reasons, creepers who grow up with other creepers learn to be scared of cats and fell folk alike. But this creeper, Hephaestus, does not have such an experience. And please, I would ask out of the bottom of my heart, do not give him a reason to be scared of you fell folk or any cats. He is simply a little guy, and I don't want him to be scared. Anything else anyone would like to bring to the forefront? Leviathan?
I don't know if this will help, since only half of us in this room might encounter these creatures, but I can give a detailed report about guardians.
Go right ahead.
For one thing, guardians and their respective temples, for sea monsters at least, are sacred. We prefer that they are protected. But in regards to defending yourself, sometimes there is no avoiding. It is best you run away as quickly as possible. Guardians shoot a type of laser-type beam at you. that does damage, and they also send a phantom form of themselves that decreases and gives you mining fatigue. And they are not hostile to us sea monsters, but everybody else in this room they are.
Well done, thank you. Any questions about Guardians? Okay. And this day's taking a while. Okay. Anyone else have anything they'd like to discuss? And for those newer students who weren't here the last week, something I mentioned is mob studies I want you to think less of as a class and more of a sort of melting pot of experiences and knowledge. I don't know things about certain monsters. I didn't know that you could craft bone armor because I try to stay away from mutant mobs. But everyone has their different experiences. And I find it very important that everyone shares those experiences so that we can all be as safe as possible. Any questions? Okay. Let's start moving to the north side. Everyone wants to get out of their seats here. Please take your book with you. There's going to be a lot of us moving. Hopefully everyone is awake and didn't fall asleep. I see 2 people still sitting down, 3 people even.
Sorry, I was taking notes.
You're all good? Okay, let's go. You're going to head to the north side, because that's where a lot of the monsters actually spawn, is on that north side. Though, feel free, if you're studying the behavior of a monster, it doesn't always have to be a monster. If you see a pig roaming around, you could write down what you are watching of the pig. This is mob studies, not monster studies. I would also ask everyone to be mindful. There's a lot of us. Just make sure we're all watching each other's backs, not letting any creepers, sneak up. Alrighty. So we might have to go down the hill just a little bit here for monsters to actually spawn. I will go down there. If you all could remain up here, that would be good. I don't want a mutant skeleton to spawn and see you and snipe you from 60 blocks away. But I will see if I can get some to spawn. Okay, I do see some monsters down at the tree line if you all want to move down just a little bit. There is a mutant creeper, so stay up here. Don't be dumb. I would like you all to pick one monster, not a group, just one particular monster that's out there. Study its behavior. We'll be here for a good few minutes here. If you need to get a little closer, you can come down. I would say down to here is your line. But please don't get any closer. I don't want you guys to get, destroyed out here. And this is for everyone to do, not just the new people. For everyone to do. Pick a monster, watch its behavior, take notes on it. Anything that you find of any sort of interest, please take notes of. It is just, we're not even halfway through the night yet, so vampires, you don't have to worry about your umbrellas quite yet. Did the mutant creeper disappear already? Bro dipped? Well, the mutant creeper disappeared, so I hope no one was trying to take notes on him. There's also an Enderman over here, if anyone's trying to take notes on the Enderman.
Oh, someone looked at it.
I believe someone's taking too close of a note.
Oh, it really wanted
I think I know who it is. Alright, everyone watch out. Let me deal with this, please.
Don't even look at him.
He looked at you.
I'm not even looking at him.
He really liked you. He was a big fan.
He's a big fan.
Well, I hope no one was trying to study that Enderman.
Well, no, that ruins what I would.
Marjorie, please head back to the group. Go back over there. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm just struggling to see anything from here.
Oh, I see. There are, I think some have despawned, some have respawned. There's a skeleton over here with gold armor. He does like me, but I can hold him off for a bit. For those who want to take notes on him. Anything about his movement, how he's shooting, anything at all. So if he keeps hitting me, he will die at some point. He is lighting me up. Okay. Hopefully you guys got some notes. If not, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's not something that you're going to lose points over. Let's head back to the classroom because I don't want it to just turn day and vampires get burnt. Let's go ahead and head back to the classroom, everyone, please.
Also, Professor, if I could say something.
Yes.
When you take us down here, this is out of range of the conduit.
Is it? Okay, good to know.
It is.
Thank you for notifying me of that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's head up, everyone. Go ahead, Marjorie.
I forgot that was my class notebook. Alrighty, welcome back, class. Thank you. I will be doing the exact same thing that I did last time, is I will be going from my right to left, top, well, I guess front to back, on what you guys took notes of. Just reading me your notes, pretty simple. Dante, you're first once again.
Okay. Well, with trying to conquer my fear of what we talked about in Knighthood yesterday, I looked at a spider, has far too many legs and eyes, and seems to be moving with 2 sets of legs each side at a time while walking forward or backward. Through other studies, I've realized that it's, behind, I suppose, spikes upwards when it charges towards someone that, aggroes it.
Very good. Lucia.
A Enderman got, well, angry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Any reason do you think why it got angry, or any other observations you noticed?
No. Just thought it got well mad.
Okay, Marjorie.
I was watching the skeleton that you were circling around the tree with, and I would say that they're quite faster than other, maybe like zombies and creepers, and really persistent. Also seems to have like an unlimited supply of arrows. I wonder if that can be tested.
Okay, very good. Felix.
Endermen hate people looking at you, or when people looking at them.
Okay. Anything else, or does that
And
really
then they
caught your
scream
attention?
at you really loudly and teleport to you really fast.
Okay, that is very true. Aquamarine.
The Enderman that was locked on Felix as soon as Felix met its gaze, it directly ran over to him very fast, very quickly. So if you think you're not looking at one, you may want to double check because it can get to you very, very quickly. But I will also note that Endermen do not like water. So if you go in water to get away from an Enderman, it will work as water damages them.
Okay, very good. Tavali.
I also looked at the Enderman. When looked at, they rush towards you, teleporting at will. Their jaw, like, unhinges and widens. They don't seem capable of climbing, so going onto a tree seems enough to stall them, and with how tall they are, you could also just hide in a space too small for them to fit into.
Okay. Very good. Paxton.
I was observing a sheep on the edge of a cliff. It
Okay.
was wandering a lot. It walked around a lot, like it seemed stressed. I felt like it was looking for grass, because it ate sometimes. It did not jump often, probably considering it was on the edge of a cliff. It stayed very safe and did not take risks to go to another block. And it moved alone, not in a pack.
Okay, very good. Veswin.
I had noticed a zombie that was fully armored, head to toe. I believe it was leather, and they were holding a shovel. All of it was shining with magical enchantment. And as based on last class, it seemed to present all the attributes that we had talked about already. The new thing that I saw was that it wasn't reactive. It was very docile, so maybe it's less of we had talked about last class them seeing us, but maybe it's about them hearing us instead. The armored though did prompt a question versus an insight of how did they acquire it? Did they die with it? Did they take it from someone? Are they sentient enough to be able to don armor?
It's a very good question. Very good question. My personal take, because there's not really any proof, I would say that they probably died with it. And when they became a zombie, they just still had it.
So could you then retrieve said armor when you kill it?
Sometimes it'll break when you kill it. I mean, it is a zombie. It was
probably dead for a good amount of time, and the armor itself has been pretty worn and torn. But sometimes, yeah, you'll get a piece of armor off of it. It won't be great durability, and it probably won't be a great piece of armor, but it's armor.
I see.
Very good. Leonidas.
I was watching a skeleton that was. It seemed not to move towards any specific direction. Not at all. It stayed in one spot and only turned to scan its surroundings, I assume for someone to kill.
Okay. Ridley?
I observed a creeper, and alongside the many notes that were taken during our first session, I also noted that they seem to have a natural sense of camouflage where they are capable of blending into greener biomes. They do appear to have a staticky nature, which I assume is attributed to their inner TNT and or chemical makeup that lights that TNT in order to make them explosive. I noticed that they have large cavernous eyes and a large open downturned mouth.
Okay, very good. Finn.
I actually didn't write anything down.
Any particular reason, or were you just not able to find a mob to study?
Not really a lot out there from where I could see.
Okay. Selga?
All right. I decided to observe a skeleton. Skeletons are reanimated bones that carry ranged weapons such as bows. Skeletons tend to move around a circumference as though guarding the perimeter of a treasure long since spirited away. As skeletons use ranged weapons, they are much stronger against vampires in their bad form. When approached, skeletons immediately take aim. They tend to take aim and move at the same time, which makes their movement far more dynamic. Skeletons, much like vampires, burn in the sun. Perhaps it is related to their status of being undead. And that is all I wrote.
Very good. Canderous.
Because I focused mostly on specific mob behavior last week, I looked at general mob behavior this time around, and something I thought that was interesting was that, you mentioned you had to go closer to the mobs in order for them to reveal themselves, but surprisingly enough, I feel like tonight there were many mobs that just, after receiving no attention, just disappeared, even if we were looking at them. Like they just vanished within midair. Um, I also noted what Veswin saw about the zombies and how it was interesting that they weren't locking in on targets this week. And I wondered if perhaps because the moon wasn't full this week, if that would have affected them in any way. And then I also noted that Enderman jaws become unhinged when they chase their prey, and I wonder if it's a tactic for intimidation.
Very good. Very good. Cinder.
I observed a spider at the base of the hill. I noted all of its eyes, and how it almost seemed peaceful. How they're not aggro until you get too close to them. Or it's nighttime, of course. They're almost like giant dogs.
Okay, very good. Very good. Moving all the way back over here, Vivian.
I wrote my notes down for a skeleton. They can usually be found in dark places and mainly also at night. Most times, if you were to find them in the day, they would be hiding under trees or shades. I also realized that sometimes when fighting a skeleton, this is my own notes from experience. Once its health runs low, sometimes it'll run away from you to get further away from getting more damage.
Very good. Very good. Moria.
I observed spiders, and I said spiders are low to the ground, so they're able to reach in smaller places. They have many legs, which enable them to climb up like walls and stuff like that. And they have more eyes. The spider I was looking at did not really move around at all. It was mostly just looking around and observing. That's mostly what I wrote.
Very good, very good. Morel.
So I observed a skeleton creeper, as I had never seen one up close as it was out there. I noted that it had the same structure as a creeper, but its abdomen was all ribcage, like a skeleton. It was pale in coloring, had glowing eyes, and it seemed to do the scanning motion, similar to how someone mentioned last week the skeletons seem to scan their surroundings looking for a target.
Very good. Katarina?
Was watching over a spider that was down within a field of flowers. My notes on it is that it did not appear to be particularly aware of its surroundings, at least not noticing a group such as ours on top of the hill. It did, however, seem closer aware to those in the proximity of him. I noticed it was occasionally turning to scan its surroundings to keep an eye on the skeleton that was also within the flowers. He seemed aware, but not overly bothered, just keeping watchful eye on its movement. And then I'm assuming that with it hiding within the tall flowers, it may have been trying to use them as camouflage as well as the darkness of night to watch for prey.
Very good. Leviathan.
I decided to observe a spider as well, and I've noticed that unlike other hostile mobs, it seems to mind its own business for the most part. However, it tends to become agitated if you get too close, which makes me question if this is something due to the daytime versus the nighttime. During the day, they are not hostile and are quite friendly. During the night, however, I wonder if their vision is more obscured, and that is a fear that causes them to be more aggressive, even though they have multiple eyes.
It's a good theory. Good theory. Very good. Daphne.
I observed a creeper, and it was a green mob that is explosive. It seemed as though it was just moving around aimlessly, and nothing really caught its eye. That was mainly all I had observed.
Okay, very good. Moving on over to you, Ezra.
Wish I had a better answer, but I initially tried to study the mutant creeper, which then promptly disappeared. I moved on to a skeleton, which also then promptly disappeared.
Huh.
Onto a normal creeper, which disappeared and was replaced by a zombie wearing leather armor and wielding a shovel, which I did think was interesting. However, I noted down the zombie last week, so I moved along. I eventually settled on one of the skeleton creepers that thankfully did not disappear. I noticed that it was, at least in this instance, a lot more passive. The zombie that I studied last week seemed like it was on a swivel almost. It never stopped looking around. Meanwhile, the skeleton creeper seemed a lot more reserved. It made a few turns, but otherwise was stuck in its place, merely waiting.
Okay, very good. Mateo, right?
Yes, Mateo.
Cool.
I was looking at. There was two Endermans. I was looking at one Enderman, and it just was. It really liked to teleport around for movement. So I'm assuming that's how they like to move, like in general. And like the one that attacked Felix also liked to teleport, but like for like combat like advantage mostly.
Very good.
That's it.
Okay, so the last thing I'd like to end this class with is the idea of monsters just dipping, right? Like we saw it with the mutant creeper. Ezra really saw it with other mobs as well. What I have noticed, if they are donning armor or even holding an item of any sort, the chance of them just somehow getting lost in your vision like other monsters do decreases exponentially. They stick around longer, and I mean, Maybe it's because they think they have a better chance against you if they see you, because they have armor or they have some sort of weapon. So keep that in mind. Things that are holding besides skeletons, obviously, but things that are holding a different item or wearing armor typically don't disappear. Any questions? Okay. Like last time, I will be going over the notes tomorrow, by the end of tomorrow night. So please leave your books on your lecterns. Go through them. Write whatever notes you want to about today's class, anything you'd like to put in there. If you need time to let the notes sink in and understand exactly what you want to write, that is fine. All I ask is that it is done by tomorrow night so I can take a look at them and find out who I want to have points for whatever reason. Paxton.
Is it alright when you did not have the 20 pages in your first book, they'll have this second lesson in the same book as the first one?
Yes, as long as you didn't have over like 40 pages, like some people, then hey, I would like to say, I'm not shaming anyone. I actually loved seeing two people specifically dedicate themselves to taking very thorough notes. That was Willow and Ridley. Took some of the most thorough notes I have ever seen, way thorough than I would have done, way more thorough even. So they earned points for it. Don't just throw in fluff, though. If you're actually going to make those notes that long, I need substance. Otherwise, I will fall asleep reading them. Daphne.
For those who were not here last class, are we able to get notes from other students?
Yes, I would just ask, please do not look into other people's lecterns. That is part of Mob Studies rules. However, if you want to go up and ask a student, hey, let's compare and contrast notes and see what I can throw down here, that's completely fine. I don't consider that plagiarism. Ridley.
Would you like me to give you my previous book and place this book down in its place?
Yes.
Or okay.
That would be acceptable. If today you have reached that 40-page mark through your notes, like normal, you will still put it on the lectern. But for next week, I will give you a new book. This way you don't have to go through 40 pages worth of notes just to make new notes. Any other questions? Okay. Class is dismissed. Please put your books down when you are done with them.
Is this perhaps your book?
No, mine is right here.
Hello again. It is a very adorable creature.
I'm sure he appreciates it, though he seems to not want to be close at the moment.
Staring at me.
hope I'm not being rude, Leonidas, but have you considered cooking it?
What? It's a baby. Cinder.
I would not cook a child.
You have a good point. We wait until it's older. That way there's more to cook.
Don't think you should cook it at
I
all.
don't. I don't think you should.
I don't think he appreciated that comment.
So I don't think it's safe to cook a creeper.
Sounds like
If there was anyone who'd be able to cook it, it'd be Leonidas.
I don't know.
I appreciate the compliment. However,
I'm getting pushed around.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Hephaestus, please.
So how many notes did you guys write?
Not a lot.
I wrote a whopping 24 pages.
Hard to keep count when I've got multiple days. By the way, Vivian.
Yes.
Made these for you.
Oh my god. My god, thank you, Leonidas. What's my favorite? Unwrap. Is Riley not awake?
She woke up late.
Ow. Go, Riley. He must really
Can I
like
help
you,
you?
Dante.
Certainly likes you more than Cinder.
Seems so. Who are we waiting on?
Don't know.
I believe Canderous.
I see. I'm probably heading back to my dorm room first, so.
Alright.
I'll be heading out too. I want to get out of this clothing.
Hello, Hephaestus.
You are quite adorable. And what a lovely name, too.
That was very close.
Oh, hello. Oh, that's Hephaestus. This is who I want you to meet.
What? How? What?
Remember
Question?
the egg?
Yeah.
It hatched.
You're a father?
Alright, time to go.
Oh my goodness, the way it sits is so adorable.
It's
Aww.
quite cute.
Did I get a place?
Extremely adorable. Oh
You're
my
my
goodness.
sister, not my child.
That's true. But I can't believe you're replacing me. Did someone? Is this a new roommate? Are you replacing me?
Shadows below.
Oh, actually.
Riley, I don't believe you could ever be replaced.
Thank you. I hope so. You can't say it to me.
Lord Leonidas and Riley, well, you both are here, actually.
I don't know.
Like a mutant spider?
Is there such a thing?
I have never seen one.
I'm gonna have to write this down and find one.
I also need to walk by when they're talking about that.
Hello, Dante.
Hello.
What did you think of the class?
I mean, nothing really new was learned. Guess besides an Enderman, of course, but even then we've seen a lot of those.
Which one of these classes would you say is your favorite?
We haven't had it yet.
Which one? Oh, you meant it still hasn't popped up.
Yeah.
I understand. Very clever. Well, I hope you find interest in one soon enough.
Well, I mean, kingdom building is kind of fun too, I suppose.
I hope you enjoy it. And, yeah, enjoy it. I'll catch you later.
Oh okay.